Welcome back to the sweatshop. In today's video, we're going to be working on this 2013 Dodge Grand Caravan. What we're going to be doing in today's video is we're going to be swapping out this stabilizer link on the front right corner. This thing here is not a hard job. It is actually one of the best jobs, provided you are not trying to disconnect and reuse the stabilizer link. It can be a real pain in the ass when trying to do so. Nonetheless, I would recommend that you guys get a decent joint because you don't want to be doing this every few months. It's not the funnest thing to do. Of course, if you are going to do this at home, make sure you get the car up in the air safely. Employ the use of jack stands and do not crawl underneath your car without them. That being said, easy job, not a hard job, something that anybody and everyone at home can do if you are mechanically inclined to save yourself some money. Of course, it can be a bit tricky to diagnose these sorts of knocks and clunks and whatnot. The best way to diagnose a bad stabilizer link is to go ahead and go over a speed bump at a 45-degree angle to the speed bump. That will tell you whether you have a clunking noise at a 45-degree angle to the speed bump. If you get the click, chances are you most likely have a bad stabilizer link. If you do not get the click when you go over the speed bump with your tires dead on and hitting the speed bump at the same time, chances are it is one of these guys here that is making that atrocious noise come from your front end. You can also test it the traditional way, which is always the best way to make sure you can isolate the problem and figure out what joint is actually giving you that knocking by going underneath the car and grabbing stuff and shaking it using a pry bar to try and make stuff move when they're not supposed to. Of course, if you do get any sort of movement, it's time to replace whatever bad part you get. As per the stabilizer link though, or any sort of bowl joint, you can get a false reading when the suspension is up in the air because the bowl will sag into the plastic cup or the metal cup in such a way that it will not move, making you think that the joint is good when it is in fact bad. So if you, for whatever reason, cannot diagnose it in the driveway, you can go to a shop with a 4-post hoist, and then if they're nice enough to let you diagnose it yourself, you can go ahead and grab the joints, and that's generally with the suspension loaded up is where you're going to see a bad stabilizer link quite easily. All right, let's hope to God that all made sense when I edit it, because God, I feel like I just rambled on for a good 10 minutes without making any real sense. Nonetheless, before we go ahead and get started with today's video, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. Okay, so we got a few telltale signs here that show us that we have a bad joint. You can see there the rubber is separated from the other portion of rubber here on the end of the joint. That, never a good thing for any sort of joint, usually will lead to a premature death. I don't know whether this is the OE joint. I don't think it is. I believe it has been replaced. Other than the bad rubber, what you need to do now is ascertain whether this joint is any good. Now, I'll tell you, you generally can shake these things, but this is a bigger vehicle, so it is kind of tough. It ain't easy for me to grab this thing and shake it, so if you're not super strong, it's not going to be easy. What you can do, though, is stick a pry bar between the lower control arm and the wonderful joint, and then move it. Obviously, that movement is not good, and that is where we're hearing our atrocious knocking. What you want to do is also check out any of the other joints on the side to make sure you don't have any other issues that tissues just won't solve. Grab a 19 mil and fire off your lug nuts. Oh my God! Yeah, that thing's a heavy. This thing here doesn't look to be too rusted, so I should be able to wind this off with really no headache. These things can be a pain in the ass to separate, and the last thing you want to do is heat up this little area here with a flame because, well, shock gas or oil can be explosive, and well, some people just don't use heat. Nonetheless, vice grips are your friends. What you're going to do is grab a vice grip that will fit on this collar. You don't really care about the boot, you just want to get the metal portion that goes behind it, and you want to bite it as hard as you can with the vice grip. You should feel like the life in your body is going to come out when squeezing down the handle of the vice grip to ensure that you have enough friction between the vice grip and, oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay. Oh, fuck. I hurt my thumb. Felt like I was going to separate it. But yeah, you want to have enough friction so this guy doesn't spin. Now, just drizzle some WD on this piece of garbage so that it also comes out nicely. The WD looks a little thick there, fella. I don't know what's going on there, but anyhow. Now, grab the appropriate socket and gun her off. Thought it was spinning. I should have just kept going. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to happen. Could have used the camera to ascertain whether it was spinning or not, but whatever. And this guy here is bad on both joints, so I don't know where they got the joint from or whatever, but definitely got the short end of the stick there. Oh my god, Jesus. Oh, fuck, that hurt. All right, so we got one side out. Now let's get down to the bottom side. Okay, same thing with the vice grip. Get it on there as tight as you can. Okay. All right. Where's our WD? Just give it a little bit over here. Now we're gonna get a 19 mil flex socket because, well, there's no goddamn way I'm gonna get in there with anything else. Pray to God we have the same success and give her. Oh, put that camera there. Okay, let's go. So there you go, easy enough, right? So on our new joint, we got this little hex area, which is really nice. What you want to do though is make sure when you are tightening this thing up that the wrench that you use does not push in or tear the boot. Now you can see we got a serviceable joint. I don't personally like serviceable joints. Personally, I like ones that are non-serviceable because you don't have to pump grease into these goddamn things every couple of oil changes. Nonetheless, as long as you don't over pump the thing, generally it's not a problem unless it's made by Moog, because they're not so much a problem solver now as they are a problem creator for most mechanics like myself. All right, slide this guy into place. What the fuck is going on there, Jimmy? Okay, all right, yeah, slide it into place right, and don't give yourself a miniature heart attack like I did just now. Okay. All right, thread your bolts up on either end. Okay, like so. And now we'll get an 18 mil for our new joint and gun it up. Let's get that 15 mil. Where'd I put it? Is that a 15? Okay. Come on, get the fuck. Okay, there we go. Let's go do the other side. Now the nice thing with this joint here is that you can actually service it relatively easy. The other one here had the nipple on the back, which is kind of stupid, but well, the joint was crap to begin with, so that shows you how thought out that one was. Anyhow, go ahead now, slide that 15 over. Remember, do not damage the boot. Doesn't like to be damaged. Okay, and then just slowly gun this guy up. Sure that guy's not spinning. Now, I'm gonna go get those wonderful torque specs and we shall torque this thing. Grab your torque wrench, set it to 65 foot-pounds or 88 Newton meters. Go ahead, grab your wheel. Oh my God. Yeah, they keep making these things bigger and bigger and bigger, dude. This is 2013, it's a 17-inch, which isn't terrible by today's standards, but most cars now come with like 20s plus. It's like stupid. Push your wheel into the hub and fire. Grab your torque wrench, set it to 100 foot-pounds or 135 Newton meters. Okay. Good to go. Well, that's all she wrote for this one. All you got to do now is take the thing for a test drive, make sure all is well and you don't have any funny noises coming from your front end. Provided you don't, you are good to go. Hopefully you found the video entertaining as well as insightful. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. And as always, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one. Of course, if you are going to attempt this at home, I would definitely make sure that you get, I don't know what the fuck I was going to say there. Of course, if you are going to attempt this at home, I would make sure that I get underneath the car without, oh, Jesus Christ, that's not how that goes. You employ the use of jacks. Now, You can also do it the traditional way by crawling around underneath the car and making a, what the fuck am I saying? You can go to a shop with a 4-post, and I'm not sure, I don't think I replaced it because I can't find anything in my records, but you never know. Nonetheless, no, I don't have anything in my record. I didn't fucking replace this shit, guy. I don't know what the fuck I went on about all that shit for. God, I'm tired, bro. I need to fucking take a break. But I can't. I gotta finish all this garbage. Fuck my life. Anyhow, of course, what you want to do is check all the other joints in proximity on this side to make sure that you don't have any other problems that tissues just won't solve. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm gonna see if I can get this garbage, because I don't know what the fuck this shit is. It's trash, man. Is it on? Let's make sure. Yeah, she's... God damn it. Now, the nice thing with this joint, my daughter's 2-year-old English is rubbing off on me. Anyhow, grab your torque wrench, shed it. Fuck. Get. You mean